And welcome back to the Checka Pro Radio Show. We're broadcasting live from the Waterway Marriott in the Woodlands, Texas, from the 10th annual Fall Home and Garden Show. I had Tony Wood on in the first segment. He's the producer of the Woodlands Home and Garden Show. And I was telling Tony, I can't believe it's been 10 years. He does 2 of these a year in the fall and in the spring, as well as the Sci-Fair Show and the Sugarland Show and many other home and garden shows throughout the greater Houston area. If you have time tonight, come on out because there's still some time, open until 7 p.m. Tony, the producer of the show, said if you come tonight and don't finish seeing what you want to see, he'll give you a pass for tomorrow as well. The hours tomorrow, Sunday, are from 10 to 6 p.m. Parking is free. So just go on to Google and type in Woodlands Home Show, and you can learn all about the details here of the Home and Garden Show in the Woodlands up at the Waterway Marriott. Beautiful location, and there's over 200 exhibitors here for everything for your home. So come down and check it out. Go to our website to get the free $25 gift card. As a matter of fact, you can actually get it here. We have a number of pre-qualified members on the show floor at their booth in their exhibits who are giving away the $25 gift card. This is a card that can be used over and over again. Use it with a plumber today, use it with a roofer tomorrow, and the mosquito guy, yesterday, because if you've got mosquitoes, we know how bad they are. As a matter of fact, that's a great segue. I've got Joe Yarbrough here with me from Dr. Fast Fix. Joe, how are you?
Doing well, sir. How you doing?
Doing great. We're going to talk about mosquitoes, but before we do that, let's talk about irrigation. Then we're going to talk about drainage, and then we're going to talk about what a lot of people are talking about, especially up in the Dallas area, but more and more in Houston now too, West Nile and mosquitoes.
Absolutely.
Okay, Dr. Fast Fix has a long history in fast fixing sprinkler systems as well as installing new sprinkler systems. Tell me about it.
Well, Jim, our business ranges anywhere from a small repair to a major redesign to a new install. Because we do so many redesigns and repairs, our installers are a lot better than most companies because we see the mistakes others make, and we avoid that up front. And besides that, we want to put in a good system that's water efficient. Everybody wants to save water and save money. And the price of water going up every year, that's very important.
Yeah, water is expensive, extremely expensive. And if you have a good-sized yard with a number of zones and you're putting it on maybe every other day or every second day or third day, it ends up being a lot of water and it's expensive. We've been blessed this year as homeowners, though, because we've had a good rain season, relatively good rain season. Last summer was brutal for the homeowner. Good for you guys. It kept you busy. So when you don't have the natural rain, which is the best way to water your lawn, you use a sprinkler system. Saving water is important, but also having it run efficiently every day. Sometimes people have a sprinkler head that's just not efficient. It's not set the right way.
Correct.
Or they don't have the right zones.
Exactly. Well, if you don't zone it out properly, you will waste water. You're putting too much in an area that you don't need it to get enough in another area where you do need it. So it's very important when you're putting in a new system that it is zoned out properly. A lot of customers don't understand that. They think you're trying to get more money out of them. It's not. You're trying to give them the best system you can.
Well, sure. You just want it more efficient. It's kind of like an air conditioning system for a home. You can run a house on one unit. It might be more efficient with 2 or maybe even 3 units.
Absolutely.
It costs you more initially to put them in, but in the long haul, it's going to be a more efficient way to cool the house. In the sprinkler business, it may be more efficient to have more zones. What's cool about the multiple zones is maybe you only need to have the flower beds watered that day, or maybe
exactly.
just the turf.
We typically do the flower beds like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, grass Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So your flower beds don't need as much, so we always separate those out.
Your phone number is 832-887-6515 or drfastfix.com.
Correct.
Let's talk about drainage.
Absolutely. If you have water sitting in your yard for 2 days after it rained, you have a drainage issue. Now, even if you have a drainage system, I've had to go in and rip some out and completely redo them because they were done improperly. But a good drainage system will get that water out of there and out to the street instead of letting it, because too much water in your foundation is just as bad as not enough. So that's really important. And besides that, with the mosquito problem that we're having right now, standing water, nobody needs that.
Absolutely. Standing water is bad news because you've got the mosquitoes. So we start off with a sprinkler system. You need ample water to keep the grass green, to keep the flowers and the plants and the trees happy. Too much water, cooling would be a bad idea. Drainage, next step, if we have a lot of rain, or even if you have, a leak from your neighbor's yard and, a pipe burst or something, drainage is important. Get that water out of the area immediately.
I actually ran into that earlier today over in West Houston. This lady thought she had a leak, and it was the neighbor's main line to their home that was leaking.
Gosh.
And it was just flooding her yard. She was worried about her drainage working. And not that it wasn't working, it was working extremely well. She couldn't figure out where the water was coming from. Well, we found the leak. It was next door, not hers.
Absolutely. So you don't even know where water is going to come from. Water is a mess. Having drainage is important. When it's dry out, like last summer, people don't think about drainage. They think about irrigation.
Exactly.
Okay? And then when it's wet outside, they think about drainage. They don't think about irrigation. It's a balancing act. You guys do both. On top of that, mosquito control. You guys do a great job of controlling mosquitoes. Mosquitoes weren't that big of a deal last summer. I keep talking about last summer, but last summer was very dry. We had
Correct.
the wildfires. We had a drought. So mosquitoes weren't a really big issue. Now there was drainage.
Correct. And on the flip side of last summer, now we're hearing about the West Nile virus coming up in different areas. People are dying.
They're dying.
Getting sick from it. Even a little child in Sugar Land got sick the other day. But what we do is we have a system that we can put on any irrigation system. It puts natural mosquito control out through the sprinkler system, out in the grass where mosquitoes are. And what it does is it creates a barrier. Mice don't like it. Snakes don't like it. Fleas, ticks, anything that's looking for blood does not like it.
So an ex-wife keeps them away.
Exactly. And so by putting it out in the yard where the mosquitoes are, it makes more sense. It creates a natural barrier. They leave. They don't like it, so they stay away.
So it's natural. It's not harmful. It's not the same product that they're spreading by airplanes.
Correct. We
keep hearing about this crop dusting.
Yeah, that's a nerve agent. What it does, it kills anything it touches. And you have
fish in your pond.
Exactly. They're telling people in Dallas to cover the koi ponds and bring in their animals. This stuff here is safe all the way around. It's not going to harm anything. It's just a natural product.
And it integrates into the product already built into their irrigation system.
Exactly. And it puts it out right where the mosquitoes are. And the unique thing about it is, by doing it that way, you're creating a barrier. Once you get a certain concentration of this chemical in your yard, actually not chemicals, all natural oils, fire ants can't build their mounds. So they leave.
So it keeps the fire ants away.
Exactly.
Awesome. It keeps everything away. Okay. You have a new website, Mosquito Busters?
Correct.
Okay. Beautiful website. Everything is there. When people go there, they can see what you guys do. It's not very expensive. If you already have an existing irrigation system, sprinkler system, you guys can connect to it very simply.
And to make it more affordable, if they mention Jim Klauck and the Checker Pro radio show from Saturday, if they purchase a new sprinkler system with the mosquito system, we'll give them 25% off the entire package.
Off the entire package? Off
Yes.
both systems?
Correct.
Off the sprinkler system and
the
off
mosquito.
Okay.
But they have to mention the radio show today.
Okay. Can you talk about mosquito pricing at all?
It depends. Now, the actual unit starts around $1,800.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go to an existing home, we have to evaluate it to make sure we have the wires in place because it runs through the sprinkler system. Now, we have to evaluate it for the wires, make sure the controller can handle it, and if they may have to make a couple upgrades, it's not that expensive.
But it's really not that expensive.
No.
Okay, and the best way to get a hold of you, of course, is 832-887-6515. If my listeners mention that they heard you here on my radio show today on Saturday from the Home and Garden Show in the Woodlands, you're going to knock 25% off each of those items.
Correct. The sprinkler system and the mosquito system.
Great. 832-887-6515. MosquitoBusters.com is your website. Also, drfastfix.com.
Correct.
Awesome. So where's your brother today?
He's building mosquito systems.
Good for him. Well, and he's kind of the mastermind behind the whole mosquito system.
He is. I put him to task here a few months ago. I asked him to, gave him a challenge, told him everything I wanted in the system with the tank, and he perfected it. So I'm very proud of him. He's worked really hard on it.
You guys have something unique that most people don't have in your industry in the sprinkler business. Is this extremely unique to you? Because some people may have an add-on, but it's not as good as yours, and you guys created it. So
correct.
You know how it works.
The thing is, in the past, when we bought pumps and bought the tanks and put it all together, there was key features that we really wanted in it that we never had. For example, with this one, there's no priming. You don't have to prime the pump.
Okay.
It's a sealed unit. You put your chemicals in, wire it in, pipe it in, turn it on. That's all you have to do. While it's running, it's keeping the chemicals mixed up so it doesn't separate. You don't have that with other systems. So it's really unique in every sense of the manner. Everything we've ever wanted in a mosquito system, we have it now.
Excellent. Terrific. I'm excited. So people can call up, they can order it. Now would be a great time. We
And
still
even
have
if they
some summer months left.
Even
here.
if they just want the mosquito system, we'll go out and evaluate it, and I'll still give them the 25% off.
832-887-6515. That's 832-887-6515. Or go to drfastfix.com. We're going to take a quick break here and come back with some other exciting Checka Pro members and Checka Pro sponsors. Joe, it's great to see you, my friend.
It's always
Thank
a
you so much
pleasure.
for joining me today
Thank
on
you, sir.
Checka Pro Radio. We'll be right back right after this on the Checka Pro Radio Show.